Monday, July 5th, episode 79. Let's have some fun. Oh, yeah. Oh, Coca-Cola evening. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Evening Hour Live. What's up, everybody? Happy 4th of July. Yeah. One and two and three and music. Mozart. All right. What's up, everybody? It's Monday, July 5th. My name is Cardone. We got a house in here already. Come on in, people. I see my mama's in the house. What's up, mama? All right. I got a fun show tonight. Wow. Come on in. I am in my beach gear. I have been partying on the beach for 4 days nonstop. Well, since Friday. Since Friday morning. Let's just get people coming in here. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You know the story. Let me have another drink. I am if I seem a little spaced out, it's because I am. I didn't sleep much this weekend. I mean, I slept a little bit, but I have been running on 11 for about 4 days straight. And it all starts with the show that I did last Thursday, which I'm going to talk about in a second. If you're new to the channel, we do have in-chat gaming. So can somebody show them what that is? William, somebody, Dan. Do that old points thing. It should be working. You can win points just by chatting, and then you can get a mystery box or a poster. Yeah. Well, eventually you'll see. In the actual chat, watch, there's a game that happens. People gamble, they win points and lose points. The other thing is I got this donation thing. Yeah, cool. Donate if you can. If not, don't worry about it. It's all good. Just like the channel. Live cam. The camera, the lights, all paid for by donors. Very proud of this channel. And I'm not even monetized yet. Okay, William has 18 points. There you go. You can see right now people winning and losing points. You see how that works, folks? It's kind of crazy. This is a show with multi-levels. What else? That's it. Let's go to the content, cuz I am half out of it. I have been busy. I woke up today. So Mondays, I'm going to sit yoga style. Mondays are one of my favorite days of the week because I get it moving. I start to take care of business. When I take care of business, I get a dopamine blast. That's how that works. Sitting around and thinking about taking care of business doesn't do it for me. Actually pulling it off does. So my Mondays are that. I've got all these crazy lists that I'm always writing, and I literally get to take a marker and start crossing them off and throwing them away. So that's why I like Mondays. Mondays are also, the week is my ritual of reading every morning and doing my thing. And I did do that this morning. But we have been having really good waves. And when I mean really good, I don't mean really good. They're okay. They're summer waves. And when the weather's warm and the water's warm and the sun's out and there's people and it's nice, half decent waves go a long way. And so it's been nonstop good waves. And it's been crowded, but not like crazy crowded. Sometimes it gets like so crowded it's a joke. It's been crowded, but it's tolerable. So 4 days of just nonstop this, like, I'm not kidding. This hurts. Like, this lifting my arms is, I have no arm power, like, in here. I have no, from paddling. But the waves were good. I just had a session not that long ago, an hour or so ago, and it was bad. And I was like, okay, maybe we're going to get bad waves for a few days, which is okay. Okay, let me turn this music down. So, let's talk. Thursday night, I got to do my event that I have been hustling and working on for over a month. About a month and a half, 2 months. We decided to do it. I took my regular burlesque show that I run on Thursdays at Wits End, and I do Walk Around Magic, and I do a burlesque show. Dan P. came and saw the show, and he had a good time, and so did I. And so I took that show, and I put it on steroids. And we literally, I booked 7 entertainers. I had go-go dancers. I had burlesque entertainers. We also had a $1,000 bikini contest open to the public. Men, women, same category. I got to do it on Thursday. The forecast showed rain. Rain makes people scared. So we were a little nervous, whatever. It was raining. People started showing up. My entertainers were there. We did the show. Folks, it was sold out. Crazy. One of the greatest events ever. Perfect. Every single person involved did their job perfectly. The performers, DJ Combat, Mikkel, the PR girl, everybody, the waitresses, the waiters, the staff, everybody. The crowd was in a good mood. The bikini contest. We had 10 entries. I thought we were going to get more, but I wasn't sure. The reason why I didn't get a lot, I think, is people were nervous to enter a $1,000 bikini contest. So it was amazing. We had timed fireworks. I mean, folks, you can't make it up. It was like a top-notch show, and then it ended with this bikini contest, and the girl that won named Valerie. So we had guys, girls. The rules were just show up and own it, and you win. And the girl that came and won, she showed up to win. You could tell. She had game face. She was like, I'm here to get this. She was pretty. She had a cool look. She had a great bikini, but she owned it. She did a really great act. We played music, and she went nuts. Some of the guys were really funny and good. Our second place was amazing. Everybody did a great job. So, cheers. And I have a picture. There's the cast. Those are all the performers. And we did this after the opening number where I sing. I actually sang a song. It was amazing. So, yeah, these are the ladies, and they're all really cool. I'm friends with almost all of them personally. I've known some of these girls for a long time. So, where's my camera? Hi. So it was a success, and it opened the door for 2 things. And if you're watching and you want to come, I'm now going to make the show. Now is going to have a bigger budget. The regular show. I'm going to have go-go dancers all the time now, starting next week, and we're going to do more of these bigger event ones. The next big one is August 19. It's Wit's birthday. I sang It's Now or Never, the Elvis song. I do that one a lot when I MC. Yeah, Dan had a good time. He'll tell you, when you go to Wit's End, you don't go to eat dinner. And you don't go to eat dinner and watch a show. You go to eat dinner and party all night. And, oh, by the way, there's a show, and you can dance, and the food's insane. Yeah. That's what it is. I told Whit, the boss, the closest thing, and he's the chef and the owner, the closest thing to Wit's End would be a Russian nightclub. because Russian nightclubs, if you don't know this, it's kind of fascinating. You a Russian nightclub, you go in, you eat dinner, there's live music, there's a show, and then it turns into a nightclub. So you don't have to go anywhere. It's a one-stop shop, and that's what Wits End has been doing. So yeah, very cool. Now, I wanted to talk about the 4th of July. I wanted to talk about today, and I don't know how long we'll go today, because I am out of it. I really didn't sleep much this weekend. Wow. There were so many people coming through visiting that it was a little bit maddening. But it was fun. And I got to party on the beach, ride my Surrey bike, my car bike, and so my 4th of July plan to celebrate our freedom, and I like the 4th of July. I really do. I get very patriotic. I mean, today we were surfing in the water, and somebody was yelling about, or yesterday we were surfing, the 4th of July, how terrible the holiday is. One of the surfers started yelling it. I'm like, okay. Well, I'm one of those guys. I don't think we don't have problems here, but if I had to pick a country to live, I pick here. I mean, clearly. If I had to pick a city, I would pick New York City. Clearly. And I really do like our free speech laws compared to the rest of the world. Are they perfect? No. Do they exist online? No. But the concept is there. And in some capacity, it is real. You can do and say and create whatever you want without fear of getting arrested, unless you're Mike Diana. I'm going to do a whole show on him. Mike Diana is the only artist ever arrested and convicted for art. So, I'm a free speech freak. I'm also a Second Amendment guy. I'm both. I'm that guy. Free speech for me is the end of all things. It is the beginning and end of all things. It's the little edge that really does mean something and make a difference, especially for an artist. I can't stand it when I hear artist types talking about how they want to regulate speech and make hate speech law. And I'm like, folks, we're not going to be able to make horror films anymore soon, okay? It's getting to that, We have to be careful. So I do like the 4th of July. I like to express my freedoms, and my 4th of Julys for the last 5-6 years, I usually don't get booked, and if I do, it's got to be early. It really is a holiday I like because I don't make a plan. It's the day that starts with no plan. And because of that, I just let it unfold. Now, the reason why it works is there's things going on all over the neighborhood. So-and-so's having a backyard party. So-and-so's having a band in their yard. Okay, there's bands on the boardwalk. The venues are all throwing parties. So that's what's going on. If you're lucky, there's people partying on the beach because it's nice out and there's waves. But here's where it gets different. And I'm going to need some help here tonight. This is an interactive show. Where in the United States, I'm going to read some of these comments, do they have the most fireworks? And when I mean that, I mean civilians setting them off. Does anybody know? I'm curious. I should have looked this up, but I didn't. New York City, all fireworks are illegal. Even sparklers are technically illegal. And the reason is you can start a fire. I mean, there's too much close proximity. But I'm curious of what states have the loosest firework laws. Because, look, Pennsylvania's got fireworks stores everywhere. But the stuff they sell, lame. Nothing that goes boom. It sparks. Nothing that launches far. So I really, honestly, always liked fireworks as a kid. But I grew up in an area where you couldn't get them. You could only get them out of state, or if you had a crazy friend that would go out of state and get them. What we had were the snakes that you light and they grow. We had sparklers. And we had scribs. Scribs or just the regular firecrackers, the black cats. Now, my friends would get M80s, M100s, quarter sticks, half sticks, Roman candles, right? We had the big stuff. But I don't remember mortars. And when I mean mortar, I mean boom, 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 like the big ones. Like, oh, you had, okay, Dan P. So, and you're in Philly, I think. So I think everywhere there's a lot of fireworks going on, right? Billion, here we go. Okay, Billion, can you buy in PA the big stuff? Because I remember the fireworks stores there being terrible. Well, so Rockaway Beach, I think we have the most for a town. And here's why. This is a town of cops, firemen, gangsters, lots of working class people that like their money and spend it. And because we got the gangsters and the cops and all of those types out here, everybody does this. Last night, I saw more civilian fireworks of professional grade than I have ever seen my whole life. And I say that every year. This year there was the most. All right. Yeah, $3,000, right? Yeah. Yeah, $3,000, easy, on a lot of fireworks. Well, I'm about to show you one of my friends. I think he had about $10,000 worth of fireworks. It was about $10,000. I helped him carry them. They weigh hundreds of pounds. I mean, when I was a kid, you know, you had like a thing like this that would shoot a fireball up in the sky and explode. These things weighed hundreds of pounds. There's a storm in Monroeville. Well, I'm going to show you right now a little video of what my neighborhood, and when I mean my neighborhood, I mean right here, my beach and my block, and this was every block. Ours was the best. Right here, so many fireworks going off, you can't believe. So imagine you're on the beach. Glorified sparklers, you're right, that's what it is. Well, you're about to see, this puts Macy's to shame, because what you're about to see was about a solid 45 minutes of nonstop this. Oh. That's my backyard. That's what my friends do. I'm not kidding. I mean, hard to believe. Yeah. So that's how we do 4th of July here. So if you ever want to come somewhere for 4th of July and really just have a wild. So this is going on every block. And no matter where you go, there's something going on. Hard to believe. And, you know, a lot of people here really don't like them. I guess if you have pets, they get upset, but I like fireworks. I always did. It's temporary art. It's weird. It's like ice sculptures and flower displays. They're temporary. They're there and they're gone, and fireworks are the shortest. Yeah, and that's just us. This is, you know, so while we're doing this, I remember the cops came in and the cops left. We went to another party. We drove my bike, my car bike, to a party, and there was a fire truck parked outside. And right by the fire truck was that style of firework going off for a long time. So, take a guess who was setting those off. Fallon! Fallon, did they have some fireworks up your way? They must. They must. I'm a fan of fireworks. I always wanted to visit like one of their factories or something. It's got to be really neat. Have you ever seen how they make them? It's the ones that like the really big ones. I mean the ones that are like this. They're works of art. They're like built so that they blow up and make patterns in the sky. It's amazing. Ah, yes you can. Yes, you should book it soon. And you know what's funny, Dan? Somebody booked the Airbnb and then saw that the weather was a little and then canceled it. Guess what? The weather was perfect. Yeah. They suck. Yeah, the weather out here is perfect. Look, even if it rains, it's perfect out here. We don't care. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go. Fallon says it was hellish. Okay, so it was a lot of the large DIYs. Wow. Yeah, the DIY fireworks is my jam. That's what I like. Now, I know it's dangerous, but... Mexican Coca-Cola, folks. So, anywhoozles, I did not plan anything too important tonight because I didn't have time to. But I did have time to start preparing for my new projects. I mean, I have a lot going on. Oops, someone's messaging me, and I usually shut my messages off. Let me turn them off. Oh, this is, now you're seeing live life. Oh no, we were going to get food somewhere and it's closed. See, I was going to get, tonight, I usually cook, but again, we've been busy. We were going to get Dominican food. I usually get oxtail, but they're closed. So, what should I have for dinner? Let me ask my daughter, what do you want? I might get something bad for me, like junk food. Let's see. Mexican Coke, best Coke ever. Yeah, it really is. It's real sugar. It tastes different. It has a real sugar taste. One thing I want to show you that I did acquire over the last week. If you like to hang outside, sit on your porch, play games outside, I cannot recommend this enough. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the coolest gadgets I have ever seen. It is a shotgun for killing bugs, flies, things flying in the air. When you see a fly, you get excited now because it's fun. Bad for the super pacifists, though, because you are killing bugs. But you take this and you fill it with salt. Right here. There's not much in here right now. Okay? So you put salt in here, and then you go, and then that's it. It shoots, I don't know if you can see it, coming out the barrel, a little blast of salt. And if you put your hand out, it actually stings a bit. It's like, ow. So imagine a bug. So really great. It takes them right out of the air. It says, do not shoot in face or eyes. No kid. Yeah, the tennis racket does too. But this one you get to target. I like it. What else? God, I don't have a subject today. You guys got to give me some stuff to talk about today. Because I really dropped the ball on today. I'm just, today was like, I'm going to turn the camera on and be honest. It really ran out of energy. Oh, here we go. Japanese. I don't want, the Japanese food here is terrible. I'm going to put, how about McD's? I'm going to get McDonald's maybe. McDonald's. I like McDonald's. You just put coarse salt in it? No, you just put salt. That's table salt. You just put regular table salt. That's it. The powder stuff won't work. Granulated. Powdered salt is used in popcorn. That's popcorn salt. Yeah, today was all about being honest about my weekend and seeing if there was a stoic subject to come out of it. And I guess what I'll do... Oh, what do I want for McDonald's? 2 cheeseburgers. What else should I get from McDonald's? 2 cheeseburgers. I don't need sodas. 2 cheeseburgers. And large fries. How simple. So, as for stoicism and philosophy, because that's what this show is. People think it's funny. People think it's funny when they're like, what is your show about? I'm like, well... I talk about a lot of fun stuff, like, you know, rock and roll and, you know, monster movies. But the real part of the show, it's philosophy. That's what this is. This is a philosophy show. We talk about theology. We talk about religion. I don't do politics. I can't. I just can't. I can talk about some issues like free speech. That one. Fallon asked if it was kosher or the pink Himalayan. Morton. It's Morton salt. That was good. But yeah, I don't do politics. I think the reason I don't do politics is because I see the political parties, they remind me like religious factions. And but this is where there's a problem. It's like watching theistic people argue. That's what politics are. It's like watching Mormons argue with Scientologists. You're like, huh? You're all nuts. You're all saying the same, like, you're all talking things. Like, for instance, when I hear people that are like, when I hear religious people, let's just say a Protestant guy who's like, can you believe how crazy it is that the Scientologists believe that? And my response is, not really. Well, yeah, but the Scientologists' origin story is more linear and logical than the creation story and the Judeo-Christian story, the Abrahamic story. To me, that's more logical. Now, I don't buy into it, but it's more linear and easier to grasp. And believe me, it's hard to say that, but it's true. So, to me, when I watch people talk about politics, hey, Ruth, what's up? It's like that a little bit. It's like I can't do it, politics here. Yeah, me too. I'm amused too, Joel. I am too. I'm amused by the whole gambit of it all. It doesn't anger me as much anymore. It's amusing to sit and watch. It really is. It's like, it's just studying humans. So, honestly, that's why I don't do politics. I can't. I can talk about some of the issues politics comes into, but I don't subscribe to political parties anymore. I can't do it moralistically. My code will not allow anymore. So free speech is an issue I'm comfortable with talking. I feel confident in debating that with someone. Second Amendment, I'm pretty confident on that one too. I can hold my ground on that one, and I think I can explain it to people that don't. That's a good one. The only difference between Mormons and real Christians is a few thousand years. That's funny. The gun issue, I'm good at talking to people that don't know anything about guns and not insulting them, but just getting them to grasp their head around some of the concepts. 200 years of press. Yeah. Yeah, at least we have proof Hubbard existed. True. It's true. Uh, so that's my problem with politics. It has to do with that alone. The issues like free speech, the right to protect mine own, those I can debate. I'll go into that. I'm trying to think of other things in politics I might debate. Separation of church and state. I will talk about that. That's something I feel confident talking about. I feel confident debating religion. That's another one I'm confident on. And I try to keep it at that. So that's what this show is. And yes, you're right, Joel. Every single Scientology center has an office for L. Ron Hubbard for him to return to. That's true. Oh yeah, he made a lot of money. That's true. Yeah, they made a bet. Yeah, you guys are also read. If you're watching this, read the comments because we got good stuff going on now. Yeah, I just think it's funny when religious people think that the newer religions are crazy. There's another Spanish place. Do they have oxtail? If they have oxtail, I'm not getting McDonald's. Anybody ever have oxtail? It's delicious. I'm trying to think of other things in politics I might be comfortable talking about. That's it. Those are the edges of it, I will. I don't like going into... when we get into the political parties, dude, forget it. I can't do it. I can't do it. First of all, the political parties and what they mean are... they've changed meaning over the years. So... and they're all very hypocritical. Very. Both sides. I know lots of people think one side's better than the other. For me, it's Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And I think that was the Ralph Nader assessment in the old days. What's this say? Stress test device. It's funny, I have it on my list, so when I'm on eBay, it's one of the things I'm always looking for, and eventually I'll hit the buy button when it's cheap. Because every now and then they drop. Oh no. Ross and Carrie when the hosts attempt to join cults. Oh, wow. Really? Okay, Joel. So Joel, this is kind of up my alley. I like this. Wow. I like it. Yeah, that's a cool idea for a podcast. They kind of try to go and join it and see what happens. Great idea. I have been to the Scientology centers. I told the story. I did a show on it on one of these episodes. I visited with a friend to see the film, and the movie that they show, or shown at the time, was shocking. It's online. If you look up the movie they don't want you to see, you'll find it. It was a recruit film. It says some shocking things at the end. Yeah, they're fascinating. I actually enjoy their existence. I'm not involved. And nobody I know is involved. So I don't care at this point. They do get... the thing I don't like is they don't have to pay taxes. To me, that's the solution for all of this. Make them all pay taxes. My solution for healthcare... because I don't even think healthcare is a right. I don't think anything's a right, really. Honestly, at the end of the day. Except to stay alive. Straight up stay alive. Not the edges of it. Just like stay alive. Which is why the Second Amendment to me is important. But just like access to healthcare, it can be. It's not like a right to me. It's like something that could be there, and it's cool if it happens. But I try to think that nothing's really a right, you know. So, my solution would be tax the churches, but don't call it a tax. Call it like a charity fund. Or a charity tax, or a call it a, what would you call it? You just be like, look, you're going to start paying taxes, but it's going to go into a pool, and that's what pays for health care. Now, it's going to get tricky. Some of the religious groups are going to be like, hey, Peter, what's up? They're going to be like, we're not paying for abortions, some certain medical procedures. So I don't know how you would nuance that, but there's a way. Maybe their money goes into a different fund, but it's still healthcare oriented. That way they can be like, oh, our money doesn't get to do that. Maybe their fund pays for, I don't know, the bandages and rubber gloves. Maybe there's a fund of like a supply fund or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But it seems to me fixable. It seems to me you could come up with a solution where you're like, hey, we're going to start taxing the church. It's going to go into a special fund called the charity tax. And in that, we use to pay for health benefits for people, like to help people's health problems. Maybe it goes to dental. That's what it does. The people that don't want their money to go to abortion, it goes to a dental fund. Because to me, dentist and health, it's the same thing. That way they can't complain. You can be like, yeah, shut up. Just give the money to the dentist. Done. Easy. Yeah. I'm just trying to think of other edge political subjects that I am comfortable talking about publicly and debating. Yeah, definitely free speech and guns. Those two. The gun one's interesting because a lot of people that have a lot to say didn't grow up around them, don't know much about them, and they do what the news does, and they parrot things that are completely untrue. Yeah, like the assault weapon stuff is a lot of it's nonsense. I mean, honestly, I always tell people, if you want to save lives and ban guns, you wouldn't ban the assault weapon, you'd ban the handgun. That's the one. And that won't happen. Yeah, look. Tax payments could have check boxes. Yeah, that's what it would be. If you're a church and you're like totally not into abortion, fine. When you do it, you check the box that says none of it's going to go to that, and they'll use it for other health benefit-y things, like dentist stuff or whatever. Or orphanages or some, I don't know, whatever. It goes to a charity. Yes, Germany does have a religious tax, and that's not cool. They make everybody pay money, and it goes to the religious stuff. It's crazy. Crazy. Unbelievable. If I lived over there, I'd be fighting that nonstop. Poland has blasphemy laws. Yeah, not good. So I really do like the free speech thing. I really do like the Second Amendment. If someone asks me the details of that, I'm just like, look, I get it. Yeah, all the school shootings use AR-15s. But an AR-15 is a really great gun. I like them. They're easy to use. They're actually safe to use. They're not safe for the guy getting shot, but they're easy to use. And if you have more than one person breaking into your house, that's the gun. That and a shotgun, the two. So it just, to me, doesn't make sense. It's a semi-automatic weapon. That's it. There's nothing special about it. You can have a little clip. You can have a long clip. I have friends that can change clips with short guns faster than you could have a long clip. So that doesn't do anything. And the other thing is you can 3D print guns now, if you know what you're doing. So the cat's out of the bag, folks. They can ban everything, and the black market's just going to go. So I don't know. I don't think the problems are there. I think, yeah, Joel. Yeah, I mean, dude, if you look at the healthcare business as a big whole, there's plenty of things that you could section off. You could section things. So there'd be like the PC section, which is the stuff that they would check if they don't want their money. I mean, I think they should spend money and teach people how to shoot guns. If you teach people how to shoot guns, what they are, how they work, and then give them one and say, put it in your closet and make sure no one touches it, it's for an emergency, that's great. That's what Finland does. Finland gives you a gun. It says, here, put this in your closet. The problem is we live in a country based on responsibility with lots of irresponsible people. So, fine. But what are you going to do? You're going to take away my things that I can responsibly handle because there's too many dummies? That doesn't make sense either. Yeah. So, yeah, fireworks are illegal too, but if you saw the video I posted earlier, we had lots of them. So they can ban fireworks, but we have more than anybody here. So it didn't matter. ARs are fun to shoot, says Dan. Yes, they are. Yeah. Printable guns. I honestly, the cat's out of the bag. So, oh, you have a ceramic. Yeah. It's like having a ceramic knife. It's true. Yeah, you can make a plastic gun. You can make a plastic gun that doesn't use gunpowder but air and will kill somebody. And they have them. So it's all apples and oranges to me at this point. It's all Band-Aids to feel good. None of it matters. None of it means anything. You can ban them all day. The bad guys will always have them. The good guys will pretend like everything's fine, but it's just the way it is. I mean, everybody wanted to get rid of the police and guns. Wait, what? You want the police not to be there, and you want people to give up their civilian firearm. It's just a weird dynamic. Meanwhile, the millions of guns that were banned, let's say, they just go underground. I mean, I have friends and family that have so many guns you can't believe. You open their house, and it's... So what do you do? I mean, if you ban them, they would just hide them. Okay, so... Wow. Yeah, I mean, dude, West Coast, I get the firework ban there with the drought. That is... Ice bullets made from water? Is that possible? I guess you could shoot it with an air gun. Well, that's the thing. We're sitting here joking around, but people really are thinking up ways to beat the system. And the cat's out of the bag with weapons. I don't like disarming the public. I think it's bad. But if you're going to run a communistic society, that's what you do. You disarm the public. And that's what it looks like. My son made an interesting observation. Gun licenses should be done while testing. Okay, well, I disagree with this, Fallon. I'll tell you why. First of all, driving has nothing to do with staying alive or protecting yourself. The problem is the Second Amendment's purpose is to protect you from the person presenting the law. So, in concept, if you do a license, it would be like having a license for free speech. You have to actually have a license to go, hey, I have the free speech license. I can use bad words now. To me, the gun debate is the same thing. It can't be a license. There should be no licenses. Now, does that sound crazy and dangerous? Yes, it does. But that's what it is. I mean, I'm very honest with it. I know it's dangerous and crazy, but I'm okay with that. I don't like the idea of me getting the thumbs up from the guy that the gun is there for me to protect against in an emergency. Now, the debate is, well, you really think you're going to stop the U.S. government with a pistol? Yes. That's what guerrilla warfare is. That's why we sucked in Iraq and in Vietnam, and I can keep going on. Yeah, it does work. So, well, that's true, Dan. Yeah. So that's how I feel. I lean far on the gun one, really. I actually don't like registry or licenses. I can't believe that I have to get permission to own a shotgun in New York City. I should have no permission. from anybody. So, well, okay. So training. Okay. Okay. This is interesting, Fallon. I'm so glad you brought this up. So here's how I look at the training. Like free speech, no one's trained how to use free speech. No one's taught what that means. No one in school is told, hey, people are going to say bad things to you. They're going to say hate things. Now they're taught they're not allowed to say them, and if they do, you're going to cancel them, we're going to shut them down. That's not what people are taught. They should be taught, you're going to hear hateful things, and this is how you should respond to them. Or they're not taught how to handle the fact that in a world of free speech, offensive speech is just part of the deal. I wasn't taught that in school. I should have been, because that's what it is. So, well, if you have a restraining order, I think it depends. Well, I know people with restraining orders that are false. Complete false nonsense. So, you see, it is complicated. You know, as soon as you let the government give any say on who or who not's not. Look, in New York City, you're allowed to have the permit to own a gun, but if you have a medical marijuana card, you're not allowed. But the pharmaceutical company doctors can prescribe you really bad drugs, and that's okay. So this is why my police precinct, I have to mail to them every time I buy a gun what it is exactly, right? They want to know the details of it. There is no civics classes anymore. They don't do that. Dude, my son did the amendments in 5th grade, they skipped the Second Amendment. Well, there is a big difference between words and bullets, but for me, the bullets are there to make sure the free speech part stays. That's why it's together. One is, I'm going to be able to say whatever I want. The second one is, if you try to stop me, you're not going to be able to stop me. That's why they go together for me. They're 1 and 2. And without one, the other ones, it gets weird. No, we're the only country that has free speech laws like we have. We're the only one. And I love telling that to Europeans because they get mad, but it's true. They don't have the same kind of free speech laws we have. And I really respect it. I mean, dude, who invented all the great arts and rock and rolls and jazzes and all the modern cinema? Yes, we got it from all over the world, but dude, come on. This is the melting pot. We are the guys that really do. Yeah, dude, the marijuana medical card thing's real. They use it against you to have a rifle here. So I'm okay with living in the Wild West, folks. I'm being straight up. If I have to choose one or the other, I pick Wild West. Like that. What would you pick? You have to pick. You have to Wild West, where people are literally getting shot in the streets every now and then, and it's kind of, you gotta be tough or get taken out, and you gotta work really hard, and it's kind of chaotic. Or Utopia safe. Everybody's wearing the same sneakers and seems to be all right. Most people pick that. Most people will pick that. When I'm out in public, I ask people these questions all the time. But the pen is mightier than the sword, which is why the free speech is first. That's number one. Yes. Well, the hate speech crime is weird too. Because if you use a derogatory word with the crime, you get the hate speech extra added stuff to it. Whereas this guy here didn't use the word, but he's still hateful. He doesn't get it. It's very complicated. I do like the idea the pen is mightier than the sword, and it always will be, which is why it's the number one. It's numero uno. It's the most important one. But I do the whole concept of freedom or safety. Obviously both is the goal, but if I have to choose, I have a clear choice. Publicizing people's work details, addresses in an instant. Okay, but that's different. Well, that's not speech, and should never be called speech. Like yelling fire in a movie house when people bring that up as a rebuttal to not all speech is free. That's not free speech, though. That's different. That is being used for something. That's a very Yeah. Ah, the better climate. Yeah, your ginger will burn, right? Um, yes. Yeah, I mean, that's just, literally, that's threats. Well, look, they published in upstate New York in the paper everybody who had a gun permit to shame them. Like, we're going to tell everybody who has guns. It was like, what? The heck is that? Yeah, I don't think we have a gun problem. I don't. I think we have other problems, and guns are getting used in those situations because there's other places in the world that have lots of guns and not the same things. How come all the gun problems are in places where guns are illegal? That's where all the problems are. It's not where they're legal; it's where they're illegal. The cities where they're really cracked down on them, that's where the problems are. It's very weird. I don't know. Ask the Bubba how safe China is. I can't see that word. Well, yeah. Well, China's a really interesting situation because I just watched a documentary on how like up until about 15 years ago, it did really feel kind of like a normal sort of democracy, but in the last 15 years, it definitely doesn't. There's like if you put the TV on, watch like Chinese TV commercials. They have these really weird propaganda, like pro Communist Party stuff. That's kind of shocking. It's like, whew. Um, I don't think daily matches. I don't think it's the guns though. I think it's pharmaceutical. How come we never hear about the pharmaceutical companies' role in this? We never hear what drugs they're on, what drugs they're supposed to be on. The side effects to a lot of these drugs are what we see. You never hear it talked about. There's other things to bring into it. It's not one thing. I mean, guns. Yeah, if we're gonna have guns, they are going to be used to kill people, and there might be moments in our history where the general petri dish of people's a little fiery, and then it cools down, and then it gets fiery. So when it gets firier, yeah, we could just get rid of the whole thing and start over. We could, but I'd rather not to. Um, yeah, I mean, it's responsibility. That's all. It's individual responsibility. It's responsibility for your friends, your family. And yes, there's going to be some dangerous stuff. These shades, thank you. Um, yeah, Big Pharma is nutso. I forget what brand these were. These were good but cheaper. Um, these were like the cheaper end of the polarized ones. I use these when I drive at night, or my eyes sometimes are a little Draculized. I like the word. So I'm in the sun all day, out in the ocean, but I'm also in this dark environment, And when I go out in the sun, sometimes my eyes don't adjust. And right now, because I'm tired, they're like, oh, right of free speech class. Yeah, we do. Well, yeah, responsibility is hard. That's the problem. You just said it, Ruth. It is. The main problem is our government rules that our founding fathers put together, whether they were assholes or not. The idea is really great, but it needs smart, responsible people. And when you have not smart, responsible people calling the shots and taking bribes from lobbyists all day, it just doesn't work. And we reward dummies, and we champion dummies, and we protect the idiots from being offended and learning the hard way. So when we live that way, you're right. Draculated. Yeah. Draculized, Draculated. That's me. But yeah, I really think that's it. We have to be responsible, and we're not. And so what do? When you're the guy that can be responsible in the sea of dummies, what do? Do you just surrender and just go with the dummies? This is why democracy is a bad idea. Every time I hear someone go, democracy, I'm like, no, bad. If 80% of the population uses their lizard brain to make decisions and they're uneducated, you don't want democracy. That's not good. Yeah. That's it. That's why we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. It's why I don't get upset anymore when I see the really bad stuff happen, because I'm like, it's not going to get fixed. So what they do to fix it is they do Band-Aid repairs. That's why a lot of the gun laws they pass, from a gun owner's point of view, are laughable. They spend millions of dollars doing these things, like the assault weapons ban. You can ban it. Go right ahead. It will do nothing. Nothing. So they do it to feel good, like they did something, but the actual numbers don't correspond. And they do that with all laws. What do you do? I don't know. I am not surrendering, but I don't care as much. Like, I just, it doesn't upset me because I see what it is, you know? Signing out, cats and kittens. Listen, Fallon, thank you. I'm going to sign out. Dude, it's almost 9. Wow, I didn't realize it. It went quick. When I start talking philosophy stuff and free speech issues, it goes quick. I should do a show on guns one day. I never did a formal one. Just a breakdown of how I see it. Just an overview of some of the laws. I never cared about gun politics until I tried to bring a shotgun that I owned into New York City and keep it in the closet. Whoo! When that happened, I changed, because there was some things that happened that to me were like, whoa. This has nothing to do with saving lives and protecting people and making it safe. Some of the things that they keep adding to the gun laws here are just to get you to stop carrying guns. They really are. I had the cops tell me. They're like, yeah, we're just trying to make it hard. That's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to use money as a deterrent either. And they do here. You have to pay a lot of money to have that permit. So, you see, this is if they were really meaningful in what they were trying to say, then they wouldn't do that too. Like, why are they doing that too, you know? It's like, it was like this. In the last election, when people would make things up about certain politicians, I'm like, why are you making it up? There's plenty of real things to attack them on. The fact that you made up something or slanted it to make somebody look worse than they actually are, even though they are horrible, is going to make somebody like them. It backfires. People don't see that ever. I don't know why. Well, okay. So there you go. Yep. Yeah, William said it. Corruption. How do you prevent corruption? You can't. That's not happening. You can... Here's what you can do. You can make it so that people, normal people, it becomes a value to not like the corrupt politicians. We value it. They get points. They get upheld. And when they are corrupt, we really take them down. We don't give them a little slap on the wrist. I can't believe that people aren't talking like when I find out that each senator guy has like 70 lobbyists hanging out with him, I'm like, that hurts me. Most people don't care. It doesn't mean anything. So I don't like that. The fact that our literal government's run by lobbyists, that's the problem. A president right now has been lobbied for 40 some years. 40 years of people promising him and kissing his butt in politics. And then once you're in these offices, you have to start delivering the goods. You know who didn't deliver the goods? JFK. And you know who his lobbyists were? Who was lobbying JFK? Anybody know? The Italians. And look what happened. Seriously, there it is. So, yeah, I don't know if we need robot overlords, but we're getting them. We are getting them. Zalthon might be the guy for the job. Yes, we do have robot overlords. They're getting more powerful. I say smart. I love it. We're going to end on that one. Smurf overlords are going to take over the world, and I'm okay with that. Especially if I get to be the Gargamel character in that scenario. I couldn't eat a Smurf. I actually like Smurfs. If you can't see, but there are Smurfs right on that shelf. Wow, folks, I'm going to get out of here. It's still really hot out. The weather's good. Yeah. Oh, folks, read the chats here. People are saying really good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Joel just said it. Here it is. I hate that the head of the agencies always retire to become lobbyists for the industries that they use to allegedly regulate. All the time. And they get positions in the cabinets. It's pretty bad. That's right. Italian-American businessmen are the ones that helped JFK get into office, and they're the ones that took him out of office. You can find it. Look it up. It's there. They never talk about it. The whole, who killed JFK? They're embarrassed by what happened. That's what it is. It's a very clear answer, and I can't even believe it's still considered a conspiracy theory. There's no conspiracy. They know who did it and what happened. Party on, everybody! Oh, Ruth, it's 111 degrees. It's good preparation for hell. My God, that's hot. Yeah, Bobby went to take down the mob, and guess what? Folks, this is actually fun. Even though my voice is weak, I feel parched from the sun. It's like 88 here. It was like 88. And I'm going to go eat outside in the cool breeze. Maybe I'll go to the beach. And I'll see you this week. I think I'm on again Wednesday. Yeah, I think we have a show on Wednesday. And yeah, thank you, everybody. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you're not new, thank you. I'm always flattered that I have a crowd here. Let's see. I'm going to take us out with the outro. Thank you, Dan, Ruth. I'm glad Ruth and everybody showed up because you got me juicing. You got me in the. My brain starts to juice, and we can roll. I love a really good chat about free speech and all this stuff. I do. And I think it's cool to talk about it on the 4th of July. Thank you, Ruth. Everybody, party on. Celebrate our freedoms every day. We don't need one day to do it. My name's Cardone, and this is Evening Hour, episode 79. Wow. Episode 80 coming up soon. Party on.